My name is Gina Tomasetti. Welcome to this edition of Digital Citizen News. Media ownership is the process where fewer organizations control the mass media. These corporations include 6 major conglomerates: Comcast, News Corp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, and CBS. Today, our reporters will give an overview about these companies and who they are. We will have reactions to the combining of these huge corporations and also an inside look at a telecom company that could change the future of media. First, we send it over to Abdul with the rundown of each conglomerate and what they own today.
Thanks, Gina. The concentration of media ownership is a process by which a small number of corporations control the mass media. In other words, small media companies merge into huge corporations. Therefore, all the media in the country is owned by just a few companies. In the year 1983, 90% of American media was owned by 50 companies. However, in the year 2011, the same number is controlled by 6 companies only. For example, CBS by itself owns several media outlets like Showtime and NFL.com. Time Warner Companies owns CNN, HBO, and many other big names like Time Magazine and Warner Brothers. Viacom is another media company who owns well-known TV channels such as MTV and BET. Disney is another famous known company who owns ABC, ESPN, and Pixar Studios. Another important media company is News Corporation, which owns a couple of the most important news sources in the world, such as Fox, Wall Street Journal, and New York Post. And last but not least is Comcast, the owner of NBC and Universal Pictures. Finally, merging between 2 companies or more is good things for businesses. However, it could be bad for the consumer because it might result in the following: less diverse content, less competitive market, and less option. Gina, back to you.
Abdul, do you feel we should have more than these 6 major companies, or do you think they are enough?
I feel that more companies will make more competition. We will be able to get more information from different sources if we had more than 6 companies.
Thanks, Abdul. Now we send it over to Nicole, who has more on the reactions of these big corporations combining.
Thanks, Gina. These 6 major media corporations own almost all of the media we watch. Even though each individual media company may report the same story, everyone has their own agenda. This is further explained in an article by Robert Fantina of The Counterpunch. He says those who rely on the corporate-owned press for information probably enjoy finding sources that support what they want to hear. If you are a Republican, you may get your news from Fox. And if you are a Democrat, it may be CNN or MSNBC. But these smaller companies are owned by larger conglomerates that not only compete against each other for ratings, but also power. The biased news would become a major issue. As a Buzzle article states, media companies are known to support candidates and political parties. Net neutrality is becoming a larger issue than just one company owning another. In a 2016 NPR article titled "Big Media Companies and Their Brands in One Chart," it explains the bigger debate. At the center of this debate is whether telecom companies like AT&T and Verizon should be able to charge internet sites for delivering their data to consumers' homes. If Time Warner accepts AT&T's offer, we have to question what's next for the internet.
The current state of affairs that we're in right now, where all these large companies are getting even larger and acquiring more media outlets, is kind of a natural outgrowth of what's happening. There's not really a lot of regulation in the industry, and we're seeing radio stations gobbled up, TV stations all gobbled up. The rules that limited how many a network could own are essentially gone. So we're going to see a lot more of this consolidation.
Media consolidation has definitely had a negative impact on journalism and the ability of news to provide important democratic information to citizens. The talks of future combinations of mass media companies will have a lasting impact on generations to come.
Nicole, how do you feel about the fact that Verizon and AT&T now want to charge us to access their website?
Yeah, I definitely think it would cause problems because depending on the prices and if people couldn't afford it, they could potentially lose a lot of customers. And we have to also start asking ourselves how many more of these huge corporations are starting to think about charging people on the internet as well.
Thanks for the report, Nicole. Now we send it over to Fawad, who will tell us more about media consolidations and how AT&T and Time Warner want to merge companies.
Thanks, Jana. The passing of the Telecommunication Act of 1996 allows anyone to start a business and allows corporations to buy media outlets in the United States. As a result, the information that people are reading, listening, or watching has been limited and almost the same. The Telecommunication Act of 1996 makes a massive change in the media world. It's helped big companies to merge with other companies to be influential and help impact the decision of the government. Merging between two companies or more could be a positive outcome, but people can still be under their control. Recently, AT&T offered $85.4 billion to buy Time Warner. This became a big issue in the United States. If they merge with each other, they will have a strong power and they could be able to impact American society. They could create the content and give the customer the access to it as well. It was proposed that users would have to pay for the website they visit often. If they didn't pay, they couldn't access the website. However, this merger could be harmful to customers, and the Department of Justice is trying to stop the deal between them. These two companies argue that they will help customers to find a variety of choices. Even though AT&T is trying to buy Time Warner, it still doesn't own it yet. Jana, back to you.
Fawad, what is your reaction to these two companies trying to merge together?
I feel that these two companies trying to merge together can and will be harmful to our society.
That's a great point, Fawad. Thanks. All 6 of these conglomerates have a huge impact on our everyday lives. People should be aware of who owns each of these media corporations and the power that they have over us. Thank you for watching this edition of Digital Citizen News. This is Gina Tomasetti, and we'll see you next time.